I don't understand science or dying, so...
No, me neither, really.
Yeah.
I thought you were dead.
Sun out of your eyes and be yourself.
Heard you were dead.
She's dead, wrapped in plastic.
That man's dead back there.
It was worse than dead. Must be dead. Is this a dead man, Doctor?
Hold on! Oh, Jesus Christ!
Hey, welcome back to the Roast Mortem Podcast. I'm Tom Saltman.
Hello, Hymens. I'm Travis Lee.
And I am Cody McCann.
We have a guest. Hey, guest, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, shit, I gotta do it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm Andrew.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, guys. I guess you guys call me Andy.
He's a friend of the podcast.
I guess, yeah.
Long-time friend of all of us. Before we even podcasted, believe it or not.
2 out of the 3 of you boys been on our podcast. Praise the game. But Travis, you got to get on this shit.
I gotta get on. I'm gonna talk about the Mario.
We've been wanting you on, but yeah, you know, I've been here.
Hey,
I'm chilling now.
We're gonna make it happen.
I'm excited because I've never been on another podcast. This is my first entry.
Prepare to be disappointed.
Surprise! Yeah.
No, not at all.
You're on a fucking podcast.
First of all, Roast Mortem, sick name. I'm ready to roast.
We have smart people on the team.
Well, thank you guys for having me here.
You're more than welcome. What do we have in store today? Well, we're going to get to our chopping block in a bit, but I think we have a new segment we're going to try out.
I got a segment for people to do.
What does that mean? It's brand new?
Yeah, this is a new one.
Right
What we call this fucking thing? Rotten meet and greet.
Yeah.
Rotten meet and greet.
Rotten meet and greet.
Just something to get the synapses firing.
Travis came out with this little fun idea.
It's MEAT
Yes.
this time.
Yeah.
The rotten meet and greet.
I
Yes.
get it.
Basically got this piece of paper.
You hear it?
And
True.
on it, I've got 3 questions here. So I'm going to give you a really funny-ass name.
Is this a real person's name?
It's a real person's name. So this is like the worst name, so you can name your children.
Okay.
You have to guess what they're famous for.
Given their name. Okay.
Given their name.
They're famous or just like...
Yeah, they're famous too. It's not like, you know, my dad's name is like Madix Harems.
Maddox Harems?
People who have Wikipedia pages.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Some kind of relevance.
All right.
They're not 50 Cent.
Okay, not 50 cents.
Yeah. So yeah, the only thing I'm gonna give you is a name and then like their birth and death date.
All right, do it.
All right. So let's try it out. The first guy is Rear Admiral George Cockburn.
Cockburn. Rear
Admiral George Cockburn. Okay. He was born 1772 and died 1853. So you guys have to tell me what he's famous for.
That's pretty old.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What was that, 90?
Was he either A, responsible for ending the British involvement in the transatlantic slave triangle, B, directed and captured the burning of Washington, D.C. during the War of 1812, or C, commanded under Lord Nelson during the Battle of Trafalgar and sank 4 French ships and 6 Spanish ships?
I don't know shit.
Yeah.
That's why I like this game.
Yeah, you gotta tell me what he did. He's
I want
Cockburn.
He said admirable.
War. Did you say he was born 1853?
No, he was born
No,
1772 and died 1880.
So what? That would make him...
50.
If war 1812 would be what?
1812 is in there. I'm going to go with 1812.
I'm going to go with that one, too.
I'm going with C because that's
Did
what
that actually
science
happen?
says.
Did the White House get sacked?
Yeah.
Tell me, it was...
Well,
right?
you two are right.
Hey.
Tom, you're wrong as fuck.
Woo!
Well, fuck
The War of
me.
You just pick
1812
C.
is like the only thing I remember.
I picked C.
So Rear Admiral Cockburn burnt down Washington, D.C.
Wait, he burnt it down?
Yeah.
But wait a minute. You don't just simply burn down a large area. Do you mean...
The White House.
Oh, the White House.
Well,
He
had...
burned most of
he's
D.C.
an
So
admiral.
the White House burned down?
Yeah.
He
Well,
had-
he's not just an admiral. He's a rear admiral.
Right.
But what
He's
the
a
fuck does that
rear-type
mean? Does that
admiral.
mean he's hanging out on a horse in the
Well,
back?
he has people underneath. So if he's trying to get people to poke around rears, he'll get other people to do it for him.
But that's dangerous business.
It sure is.
And why is he lighting things on fire, though? I'm genuinely curious.
Well, and I'll give you a little rundown. War of 1812. We pissed the British off by invading Canada.
Okay.
And the British
'Cause we
were
wanted it.
like, hey, fuck you guys. And they burnt our capital.
Yeah.
They literally just burnt our shit.
We had it
And then
coming.
how did we recuperate from that?
So the same guy, George Cockburn, was leading the troops up to Philadelphia, and a tornado destroyed all of his troops.
Divine
Tornado in
intervention.
Philly?
Yeah, in DC.
So
Yeah.
we got lucky. We got lucky by a tornado just
Yeah.
fucking them up on the way back.
Yeah.
If you said that happened in Kansas, I'd be like, easy.
No, but it was in DC. I mean, it might have been a
It did-
hurricane, but they described it as a tornado.
The French have territory obviously up in the Canadas as well.
Yeah.
So who had what? Who do you guys know?
Everyone had something.
Well,
Everyone had a piece of the pie.
Well, the British still have the Queen on, or the Canadians still have the Queen on their dollar.
it's more tied to the English. I mean, you have some French guys there,
I see.
guys and gals.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that we got fucked up that bad, and also I didn't know that tornadoes could happen in Pennsylvania
yeah, that's
Yeah.
news.
and just
It's weird.
like
The
smash.
more you know.
We got lucky.
I
What if he
turned
got away?
around and
What if
there
he
was
got
something
away?
spinning at me?
Like if he got away, would he have come back and been like, "Don't rebuild"? You can't
Probably
show-
would have burnt all the cocks.
Oh,
That's
so
his
there'd be
job.
no babies in America because he burns
No
all
baby
the cocks.
chickens because all the
Oh.
roosters.
I don't like that. I'm glad that he got tornadoed.
Sounds good.
Good.
All right, I'm gonna give you another one now.
Do it.
So we got Anne, and this is an epitaph, by the way. So it's Anne, Queen of the Bees. Anne, Queen of the Bees.
That
She
sounds
was-
like a boss fight in like
she was-
Destiny or something.
Yeah.
She was born 1692 and died 1736. All right, and here's what we got. So she was either a slave working in Jamaica that was stung by 100 bees and became a local island legend.
That's
and
that's
that
A.
current- What?
That's A.
That's A.
All
that
right.
currently haunts the port of San Antonio in Jamaica.
It's a strong.
I don't
A.
want to hear the other ones. I'm going with A.
You go.
Yeah, let's just fucking don't even say him.
No, I want to hear
No,
the
no,
other
I wanna
ones.
hear 'em
I'm
too.
going with it.
You guys are locking in.
Dude,
You're-
that
you're locking
made-
in.
I kind of want to lock in too. I mean, 100 bees is weak shit though. Let's keep going.
100
That's
all right,
fucking
yeah,
bullshit. Come on. My dad got stuck by 100 bees, like trying to, like last year. Come on.
But we have medicine now.
Yeah, true.
Fuck medicine.
But he didn't do shit. He was just like, I'm gonna lay down now.
It's good to lay down
Yeah,
every day.
it helps.
just lay
But
down.
what else was this bee lady?
All right. So B, she was a wife of Arnaud de Liange, distinguished Belgian duke whose lineage comes from beekeeping, and his coat of arms has bees on that shit.
Okay.
All right.
Or C, she formed her own chivalric order called the Order of the Honeybee in 1706.
That's the lamest answer. I like that she got stung and was like, I don't like that she was a slave, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And what was her name?
Her name was Anne, Queen of the Bees.
All right, she's C. I mean, come on.
I'm gonna go.
She was in
C.
C.
Yeah, she's a C, but that's
I'm
bullshit.
Going,
I
I'm
don't.
going with A, but I think it's B. But I like to lose.
All right.
All right, you two are.
Yeah,
you're
but
right.
that's boring
It's C.
though.
It was C. Yeah.
100 bees.
She's got honeybee nights.
You made up 100 bees. Should have been 1,000.
This
dude.
game is fixed.
100
All
bees.
three of them are right.
So like honeybee nights.
Honeybee nights.
Yeah, just buzzing
What is this
around.
Stinky bees.
What do they? What
That's-
do these knights do? Do they just swing at you once and then die?
Yeah, they get all gooped.
They're just one hit. Just one hit and dead.
No.
We got 3 years in boot camp and then swing and a miss, and you're fucking dead.
All right, we're gonna move to the last one real quick.
I like this.
All right, so
I like it too. I like
this,
trivia.
This
Johnny
guy's
Depp?
name is Johnny Dickshot, aka Ugly Johnny Dickshot.
Ugly Donnie.
He was
Ugly Donald.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Oh, I don't know where I got Donald from.
He was born 1910 and died in 1997. So was he A, arrested in 1970? Oh, nope, not 1970. 1927 in Springfield, Illinois, with 28 gallons of Prohibition booze, with association with Al Capone? Or was he C, a lieutenant colonel under George Patton during World War II in the Tunisian campaign in North Africa?
That was only two
Yeah.
options. You went from A to C.
Oh, all right. Well, that was B. Or C, Major League Baseball player in the outfield and played for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Ooh.
I like the baseball.
But they have funny
C.
baseball names.
C.
I'm going with B.
I'll go with B.
You going with B?
C.
George Patton?
Yeah.
All right.
C.
You picked, which one did you pick?
C.
C.
Ah.
You are right.
I won all three.
He
Fuck
played
you
Major
guys.
League Baseball.
Fuck your podcast.
Yeah.
No, dude, fuck all of you. I win.
Welcome to the podcast. Well, Andy, it's been nice having you.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye. You
Go-
won the Dick Shot Award.
Into the trash.
God damn it. I did want to
good.
win a little bit.
So now that we learned about dicks and bees, Tom, who's on the chopping block?
Oh, today, we
Dicks and
have the
beef.
leathery face of Joan Rivers.
Hey.
Yeah, the funny fashion lady who is unfashionably shitty.
This is a podcast of firsts. First lady, first guest.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yep.
Been doing things.
I'm ready to talk.
Joan Rivers is the sentient Jeff Dunham ventriloquist dummy of pop culture. She was funny, smart, and witty, but in her old age was nothing more than a mean-spirited, dried-out husk of a gimmick. Can we talk?
Now,
Tom, I don't know if you did that properly, and I know this is a podcast, you're not be able to see. You got to push your face back all the way. Like, can we talk?
Can we talk?
That's Joan. Can we talk?
Oh
Anyway.
my God, it's scary.
Yeah, so, Joan Alexandra Molinsky. Molinsky. Sorry, I've been drinking, and that's going to keep happening. So that's her real
Molinsky?
name, Joan Alexandra Molinsky.
She's not Rivers.
It's an acting name.
Oh,
You
I
get in
see.
the industry and you have a long Jewish name, you change it. Just makes sense.
same with the Greeks.
Oi.
Yep. So she's born June 8th, 1933, Brooklyn, New York, to
Brooklyn.
Beatrice and Meyer Molinsky.
Beatrice.
Just a couple Jews in Crown Heights. And then I think they moved over to Prospect
And they
Heights.
made Joan Rivers.
Yeah, they made it happen.
I couldn't guess that she was actually born in Brooklyn with that accent.
But that's what happens when you don't have a face anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be
There's no-
born anywhere.
Right,
Enough
yeah.
silicon in your life.
Right, when you can't move anymore, your accent isn't like you don't even have one anymore.
It's all in the face.
I don't even remember what she
It's just
sounds like.
It's bad.
Was she high pitched?
It's a lot of
like,
cocaine and Botox.
Okay,
Yeah, good
I got
times.
you, got you. That's all I need to know.
She was very involved in theater programs, going to Brooklyn Ethnic Cultural School and Adelphi Academy in Brooklyn.
That's where my grandma went. Same age.
There you
Might have
go.
known Joan.
Might have known
known
Joan.
Joan.
That's a
Might have
new
known
segment. Here we go. Might have known Joan. Hey, let's phone a friend. Who do we know who knew Joan?
We're gonna have to stick to grandparents, right?
Gotta be grandparents.
It's gotta be a
It's
grandparent.
basically my grandma.
Yeah.
So just one person.
She won't remember her, though.
6 degrees
Grandma.
of separation with Joan Rivers instead of bacon.
I knew Joan.
Yeah, so due to her involvement with the drama and the acting stuff in high school, she got right into that kind of stuff with plays.
Ah,
First,
Ah, I
now,
see.
her first play that she did and was actually billed was a play called Driftwood that only ran for 6 weeks, and it co-starred Barbara Streisand.
Barbara
Oh,
Streisand.
Streisand.
And the two of them didn't know each other at the time, nor was Barbara Streisand famous at all.
So
this
just
was,
unknowns duking it out.
it's a little coincidence. Couple Jews.
There's a couple
hanging
Jewish
out.
ladies hanging out trying to make their way.
Exactly.
Trying to get that driftwood.
Now, I was reading into, she's a rich kid. Father's a doctor, gives a shit. Not much to tell there.
I see.
I kept seeing articles about her running away from home, which is hilarious because she didn't run away from home. She went upstate when her parents moved upstate, and then came back here when her parents were like, here's $1 billion to go do whatever you want.
That's a lot. $1 billion?
Not a real billion.
a Brazilian.
Well, that's a wax.
That
Yeah,
kind of sounds
I'm
like.
sure
So they
she had-
gave her a Brazilian wax and said, "Do what you want.
Yeah, well,
that kind of
You're
sounds like.
free now, Joan.
yeah, go
You've
for
been
it,
you've
Joan.
been untethered from that fur down there."
That sounds like any rich kid. I'm running away. I'm going away to military camp. Fencing
okay.
tournaments.
She's Jewish. She's a woman. She's back in 1950s. I could see how maybe there was some discrimination or some shit like that, but I couldn't find anything. Seemed
Yeah.
like it was pretty easy going for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
At 22, she marries James Sanger. And
Sanger?
Sanger.
Oh.
And divorces that motherfucker in the same year.
Oh,
Ugh.
it's one of those.
So her marriage was 1955 to 1955.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Don't
Oops,
even
I
care.
fucked up.
You got to do something crazy for a spouse to be like, nope, done within like.
She's fucking Joan Rivers.
Being
Being married-
crazy all on her because I feel like she would also like attract crazy to what I mean?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, true. But, whatever.
Who's this man?
He comes up a little later in our story in a
Oh
comment.
shit! Here we go.
Oh.
No, I mean it's just a comment that she makes. She's very mean to people.
That's not
as I
nice. So
said
she
before.
shits on this man.
Yeah. So after this play bit and being married to James Sanger, she gets into doing stand-up comedy. 1960s, hopping around Greenwich Village, New York City.
She any good?
Yeah, she's good.
That's probably
She's
hard for
fucking
a
good.
lady.
Yeah, Joan Rivers is a good comedian.
She laughs and
She
makes
makes him
people
laugh.
laugh.
How fucked up is her face right now?
At this point,
Let's do a check-in.
She looks fine.
She's normal.
She looks fine.
All right.
Status report. How's that face?
How's that face looking?
Mostly skin still.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's real.
I'm like
Okay.
imagining like a video game HP bar, like Joan Rivers' face, and it's like
Yeah.
it's totally full right.
It's kind of like the little Doom face.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Flinches every time he gets shot in the face.
It's the way we like it. She gets her first writing gig on the show Candid Camera. That's 1965. So she's writing all the bits.
Wait, that's
So
a
if you-
smile. You're on Candid Camera.
Yeah, that's the one.
Suck my whole penis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
a Game Boy
Travis,
Camera.
explain for our young viewers what Candid Camera was.
Basically, Candid Camera was a show that was on TV before all these laws where you're going to have, people banging their sisters like in Game of Thrones and whatever.
FCC laws.
That's pay-per-view.
Right. Like, it was a show where they basically set up a voyeuristic camera and they'd fuck with people. Right up the butt.
It's pretty much like YouTube prank shows on air and slightly
But
less dirtbag.
It's way less dirtbaggers. You don't got like people popping out of elevators and giving heart attacks.
So she gets her gig on Candid Camera, and this is the first year she also makes her appearance on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. This is kind of a big point in her career because Johnny Carson's show ran for 30 years.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
It was a big one, and when it first started off, that was like that was something everyone tuned into. You went on the Johnny Carson show, and you got over on the audience. You had a career.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's like your shot. That's it.
Right, exactly.
Mom spaghetti type stuff.
This is household name. Exactly.
Do not miss your chance to blow.
So she goes up doing stand-up and end up getting invited back to the show a lot.
Because she was
a lot.
Yes.
Good lady.
So her career took off.
Her career took off from
Fucking
the show.
skyrocketed.
She hits the show and she becomes a household name.
Oh, Joan Rivers. She's on the television.
She's showing up once a month doing the guest spots and all that shit to the point where during the 80s, she becomes the permanent guest host. So,
oh shit, she's like
so that's like
that's an oxymoron. I feel that's
permanent guest.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's like
permanent guest host.
Well, she's like Andy Richter.
just a host.
She's a second host.
No,
Yeah.
just a host.
No, it's a big contract.
Yeah, but I feel like permanent guest host is just co-host at that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like,
She's not a co-host. It's whenever Johnny Carson's on vacation or some shit, she takes over.
Oh, so she's like
a
a
guest host.
substitute host.
All right.
She's not a permanent guest. She's a permanent guest host.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's an understudy type deal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No, it's a
yeah.
big contract. And she ends up doing the show 93 times.
That's a lot.
Which is
Damn.
huge.
Whenever Carson
That's big.
tags out with like,
So she not only like gets the career, she like is the career maker.
Right, exactly.
Especially for a lady child.
So she's out
back
there.
then.
She's out there, substituting in and giving people lives.
Yeah.
She's the one, slamming the hammer down and saying, "You're not going to be real now."
That's a great job to have.
That's a good. It's great.
So after she gets the permanent guest host position on The Tonight Show
All
with
right.
Johnny Carson, a year later she gets That Show with Joan Rivers, which is on NBC.
Wait, it's called That Show.
Yeah.
It's one of I
Yeah.
hate that.
She gets her own show. It's on NBC, which is the same
Network?
channel same network that does The Tonight Show. So she's working hand in hand with NBC and Johnny Carson. Everything's going great.
So
it only
she's killing
lasted a couple of years, but
Seems like things only last a couple of years with Joan Rivers.
She
Yeah.
killed it though. She was big.
throughout the 70s, she appeared on the Carol Burnett Show. That went all right.
That went all right.
That was okay. Shortly after that, she writes and directs her first film called The Rabbit Test, which is a shitty fucking movie.
The Rabbit Test.
Oh!
The Rabbit Test.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I kind of know the rabbit test.
yeah.
I've
know
not
that.
heard of it.
You want to give me a
I don't
rundown?
know.
Yeah, basically it's when you take a rabbit.
Oh.
That's when you take a rabbit and you get it real hot. Just rub it on your leg a lot. Just rubbing that rabbit on the leg.
And
And then you hold it up to your friend's face. If they scream and they're like, "What are you doing?" Then
you don't have a true friend on your
you don't have a true friend.
That is a rabbit test. It's not
no,
the
that's
rabbit
the
test.
rabbit test.
I'm scared now. Don't smush rabbits.
Eddie, you want me to mash a rabbit on your face?
No,
You're not a true friend.
I don't know if I'm a friend. Then I'm scared. Help me.
You could leave right now.
No.
There's also a room. You could go in the back room and I could do the rabbit test on you.
Jesus Christmas.
There's no ventilation in the back room, just so you know.
Anyway, back to the rabbit test.
Where am I?
Thanks, Travis. So The
You're
Rabbit
welcome.
Test was a film that she wrote and directed. It had a shit ton of stars. It was also Billy Crystal's.
Oh,
and Michael
William
Keaton's
Crystal.
William Christie.
Hey,
William
Name
Crystal
I love-
and Michael Keaton's film debut.
Wow, Michael Keaton.
It's kind of like a slapstick Woody Allen film, and he's the first man in the world to get pregnant.
Where's Billy Crystal today?
I don't know.
Where's he
doing
at?
some off-Broadway shit.
Really?
Oh, he's just
Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Why?
he's pro-
I don't know. I don't like him.
You have an ulterior
I
motive?
just wanna-
come on our podcast on shit on Billy Crystal? Who are you?
Yeah, you're gonna bring up William Crystal. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about that boy, and I don't like him. Was he in Princess Bride?
Yeah, he was.
He was
great,
that like
yeah.
dumbass elf guy, right?
was the
Or little
Jewish
gnome.
elf.
Yeah, the
Little
Jewish.
gnome
Yeah,
boy.
it's.
I like Billy Crystal then.
Yeah, he's funny.
Never mind.
I feel like Billy Crystal hangs out with Billy Joel.
Well,
Yeah.
I've seen Billy Joel once in Stop and Shop.
I saw him around the corner
Oh,
from my
We're,
house.
we're on Long Island.
Yeah.
This is his turf.
I have a friend I'm going to bring on the show, and we'll talk about Billy Joel. 'Cause
All right.
he's got some shit.
He's not-
Another William Joseph.
We'll have him on, and he's going to tell a story.
Let's
About-
drug Billy Joel and get him into the
Oh,
podcast.
God.
All right,
just go
back
on-
to-
I took you on a tangent. I keep doing that. I'm sorry.
That's right.
That's
No,
perfect.
I just
I-
the show.
I just enjoy talking about other people.
You're a-
You're on the Roast Mortem podcast. We're talking shit.
Yeah.
I talk about rabbits.
I
on my
started
leg.
saying some shit. I tried to talk shit, but then I reeled it back because I have nothing against William Crystal. And
William.
I will not
Oh,
call him Billy. I like calling them their
William
real
Crystal.
names. Yeah.
He's
You
Willie.
think Crystal is really his last name?
Yeah.
He's got the. He's probably
William Crystals.
He's probably Berkowitz.
I was going to say Rabinowitz.
I was gonna say.
Why is it all the Jewish people that make their
Because that's
names
who
like
changed their names.
Crystal and like
Unless
Rivers
you're,
and
if you're not a director, you change your name. You can keep Spielberg.
you can keep Spielberg.
Keep it. That's fine.
Imagine he was. What would Steven Spielberg be? Steven like.
Stevie S.
Because all right, so we've got elements, right? We've got Crystal, we've got fucking Rivers. What would he be? He'd have to be. He'd be like Steven Stalactite or something.
Steven, I am Steven Magma.
Yeah, Steven Magma, the director extraordinaire, Saving Private Magma.
That's a porn.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel
that
like
was
you're
kind
man.
of porny.
Yeah.
let's get back to this shit.
All right, tell us more.
1986, NBC was speculating that Johnny Carson would retire. Joan Rivers, being close with NBC, is like, put me on that list. You know, let me take the fucking show.
Very, very
Give
competitive
it
when
to
like
me.
talk show hosts like get close to retiring.
A lot of the talent doesn't have much say in that. They can throw shit out.
Yeah,
they
it's
can
all-
talk to people. But
Right.
so anyway, after some meetings and shit like that, she ends up seeing a list of who's a contender for taking over for Johnny Carson. She's not even on it.
Gotcha.
So she's
But-
pissed.
Yeah, she's probably raw. Pills.
Yep.
Fuck Joan.
She is.
We don't want her.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That's what they said.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
So Joan, finding out that she is not a contender for the Johnny Carson show, taking his role, Fox approaches her. I'm like, hey, we're going to give you your own show. How
They
you feel
fucked
about
up.
that?
We want to give you a job.
How you fucking feel about that? And you know what she did? She took the show. She took her own show on Fox.
What was it called?
It's called The Late Show, starring Joan Rivers.
Oh.
And she was only, that only lasted a couple of years. But this whole thing happened behind Johnny Carson's back. And Johnny Carson really helped her out.
Okay, so it's like this is like protege stabbing the master.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's bullshit because he was leaving anyway.
He wasn't leaving.
Oh. He.
Like I mentioned before, it was only speculation.
Oh. But that list was created.
Well, the list was made because they're getting ready for it. Now, this was 25 years into his career. He had done another 5 after. I think
Okay.
he went till 92.
So bad blood happened.
Yeah, because she never said anything to him. He found out that show was going to happen as a TV commercial.
Oh.
I love that.
And
That's
as
pretty shitty.
as soon as he found out, she called him that day to like clear the air, and he refused to take her phone calls, and he never talked to her again till he died.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
He
Yeah.
made her career, and she didn't talk to him, thinking NBC was doing the right thing by.
But what
telling
else
him,
is she supposed to do though? Not make her own path? Like
This is someone.
she's just gonna be co-host, like substitute all the time? Like,
every time she would talk to the press, it was like Johnny Carson's like a father to me.
right.
And then she does this.
She goes behind.
And then
his
she just
back.
goes. This takes like months of developing a
Yeah.
show like this.
Yeah.
She could have told him before it fucking premiered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could have been like, "Hey, I talked to the NBC people, and I don't have much room to move up here. I'm gonna go with Fox. They got a good offer. I'm sure he would have been fine with it.
Yeah.
But him finding out through a commercial,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
I-
could have.
up.
She
I
could
can
have at least
understand
made
that.
one of
I can-
those
I
like
can
Chinese
understand that.
footballs you used to make as a kid. And flicked it across the desk to him.
Yeah.
It
Wrapped
says
it.
I quit.
No,
So I
I'm with
quit.
you on that. I'm with
I'm
you
gonna
there.
retire like that one day.
the host of the Tonight Show, Johnny Carson, as soon as he was out, it turned to Jay Leno. Jay Leno
Oh, okay.
held up a ban that Carson had.
I saw Leno.
So Carson banned her, not allowed on the show because she's a comedian. She could still come on,
Right.
but not for Carson. As long as Carson's there, Leno held it up because he's a champ in being a dickhead. I don't like Leno, but he did the right thing here. He's just like, fuck you. You got your own show.
Leno held on to the Joan Rivers band.
Exactly. And so did Conan O'Brien.
Oh.
He was there for 2 years, too.
So this is like
great.
a curse upon your career.
Oh,
kind
wow.
of.
They fucked her
You
up, huh?
fucked Johnny Carson,
Yeah.
so there's 3 talk show hosts that are like PO'd at.
Just like, nope.
And there was a third one.
Oh.
There's the
Huh?
current one, and that's Jimmy Fallon.
Okay,
And
so
that-
that's
Oh, Jim-
4.
And he let her on the show.
Oh, what an asshole!
He let her on the show. Was that a big deal?
Oh, yeah, because it
Probably
was his
was.
opening night. The first time he hosted.
Oh.
Joan Rivers shows up.
What?
Oh, wow.
Piece of shit. I mean, Carson had died in 2005. I think Jimmy Fallon started in 2013 or 14.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, piece of shit, though.
What a piece
Don't
of
let this whore run around on you.
assholes.
Wow.
What I have in my notes here is Jimmy Fallon is a bitch-ass idiot.
Oh,
That's
And-
from
So
your
you're right.
research.
Fallon tangent.
And it was February 17th, 2014, where she came on the show. And fuck that guy anyway. I don't really care about that. That guy sucks.
He doesn't have as big of a chin as Jay Leno.
Yeah. Rivers spoke very highly of Carson. I feel like she got it and never said anything bad about him. She would call him, and he never picked up. Or if he did, he would just hang up. Because
Screening the Joan Rivers
Carson was a
call.
boss.
It probably
you know?
did happen where he picked up and was just like, God damn it, it's Joan again.
So I'm just going to go over a few things. Career stuff. She was involved with Red Carpet Society. Hollywood bullshit.
Yeah.
She's a comedian. She's picking on everyone, which I think is fair. I think you have to pick on people. Man, that fucking Adele thing really pissed me off.
What'd you do about that?
What'd you do with Adele?
I'm going to get to Adele in a second.
Did she
Sorry,
call her
I'm kind of
thick?
ranting. Well, yeah.
that was it. I think I remember it.
With a Q? THIQ?
Listen, I don't have a problem with like a fat joke, but she was pushing the fat jokes.
Yeah.
Multiple appearances of her.
Like bad taste.
Yeah, she showed
Right.
up on Letterman's show and just starts talking shit and like does this joke, totally doesn't land. You know, here's my arms. And here's how big she is, and it doesn't land, and she keeps going for another like 2 minutes.
Well, I
about
mean,
how fat she is.
I mean, whether or not you like Adele or not, she's actually got some talent.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a really good singer.
Yeah, she
Like,
is.
She's one of the few pop icons that you can't really say anything about. She's not a sellout. She happened to sell a lot of records, but it's all her music.
Good, seemingly good role model, not tied up with any scandals.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
just doing her own
exactly.
thing.
And that was like the year before she died. But anyway, we'll go through some of the other dumb shit she's done.
I did read something about her and Johnny Carson. Apparently, she said he was hung.
Oh yeah,
So they
Yeah.
slept together.
Yeah, they did sleep a little bit.
all right.
They went to bed.
Had a nice sleep.
I know. I did see that that Joan Rivers had multiple affairs with like a lot of people.
I'll buy it.
But wait, so husband number one was a year, but then what were the other boys? She found other ones?
Thank you for asking.
That's my question.
So towards the end of that show that she had gotten, the Late Show with Joan Rivers on
Yeah.
Fox,
yeah.
there were talks of the Fox executives trying to fire her husband, who was a producer on the show.
I
His
see.
name was Edgar Rosenberg.
All right. He
Sounds
didn't
like
have
a
the he
producer.
didn't have the name change.
You don't need to when you're a producer.
Yeah, when you have Berg at the end of the name, you're a producer.
Or
So-
director.
True.
So she gets wind that he's going to get fired and talks to the executives herself, and the executives fire both of them.
They just said fuck the show, fuck you both.
Yeah, they were like, get out of here.
here.
This is fucking beautiful. It's a misfortune, which I like to laugh at.
There's probably just like you're too much drama to be worth your pay grade and just drop both of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the ratings are down, your job is to keep ratings up
It's all
as an
about Neil
executive. Who gives a shit about anyone else? Your Joan Rivers show, and it's doing garbage. Who gives a shit?
Goodbye.
Can we take a little sidebar about Nielsen ratings though?
Sure.
Those are hilarious because like basically they give this special box, like some family in Idaho, right? And then like some like I'm a Christian family. We only watch these Christian programmings.
Yeah.
And like that's what they still base all of TV off these Nielsen ratings.
Yeah, it's a very biased system. They like call you up and ask you how you're doing, and then ask you
Yeah.
if you want the box.
I
Like
have
you have to take this survey and shit. Like, and if you're too weird, like you don't count, they'll give you the box.
Travis and my Xbox, ex
Xbox?
employer. Yeah, Xbox.
my Xbox, my Xbox One S Xbox
Yeah.
Scorpion Mad
Travis
6.
and, Travis and my Xbox 360 got offered the Nielsen box, but he got rejected because he was in television prior.
I have a third cousin who works for Nielsen. Yeah. So my whole family isn't allowed because they don't want any type of nepotism.
No.
Tell that to the White House.
Know if you work and you distribute these boxes, you're not allowed to know anyone who has them.
Right.
You're not allowed to have any contact with them.
You basically need to be a Quaker.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, that's why television sucks.
Yeah,
television.
That's pretty much the problem with television.
Television.
Because like the Nielsen ratings is such like a non-representative number of how well and popular your show is doing.
Right.
Because there's like internet views and VODs and on-demand shits that don't get factored into like Nielsen numbers.
They're finding their own demographic. It doesn't make any sense. Like why some of these channels are even up right now. Yeah. Edgar Rosenberg and Joan Rivers getting fired. That happens. Guess what happens to Edgar Rosenberg just a few months later?
Makes $1 billion and then died.
He
Very
finally
close.
gets a boner.
He finally gets it.
I have no idea.
He kills himself.
Oh.
Oh.
And Joan blames it on the shame that the Fox Corporation brought to him.
Wow. So how does she live with herself after this? How did he kill himself?
Oh, I don't even know. I didn't really look into it. I was just checking out Joan's weird face. I couldn't stop looking at her face the whole time. I was doing all
So
this
it's hard to
research.
research because you're just looking at it.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
I actually seen that part.
Yeah, you did?
What her
OD'd on Valium.
Did he?
Yeah.
So maybe it wasn't
Fucking
even
tight.
intentional. Was it intentional?
No. He wrote like a letter.
He
and
ate all
shit.
the pills.
Yeah. No, Travis did some of the research.
Yeah.
on this
Okay,
one.
gotcha.
I
Okay.
seen it.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucked up. So like, how does she go on now?
Well, Travis,
Very
before we go
Very easily.
on,
That's hard.
I had mentioned what I had looked into is Joan Rivers is saying how it's the network's fault that he's so depressed and he killed himself, but
Yeah.
you said something else earlier.
So it seems like a lot of the sources say, and this is probably like Joan's PR person being like, oh yeah, we were both fired and shit sucked. He couldn't handle it. But some of the sources I saw said that 4 days before he killed himself, she wanted a separation. So yeah, so that should happen. And then also, I also saw that like for about a decade after, Melissa Rivers, her daughter, disowned her pretty much. Like didn't talk to her.
Who disowned who there?
Miss Melissa, her
Melissa,
daughter.
This is
was
likely-
like, you killed my dad.
This is likely a complicated situation.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they get fired together, right? So they both probably mutually blame each other and treat each other like shit. They get fired, and they probably weren't the type of couple to go, it's okay, we'll bounce back, we're all good. They were probably like, you fucking bitch, you ruined my career. And she was probably like, you fucking idiot, you ruined my career. And then they would probably fought.
I have Jewish
Right.
grandparents, and I can imagine with that kind of money at stake,
Right,
what they would do to each other.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
and she's still got miles to go on her
So,
face.
like, she's got-
She's only a quarter of the way through pulling.
But
it
like,
up.
is that to blame her? Like, did she say like "fucking kill yourself"? Like,
No,
you know what I mean. Like,
I'm not going to blame her. I will kind of blame PR culture
yeah,
in a way.
you know, she's a
This is
product.
Hollywood.
She's a product of it all, really.
There
She
was
is that. That's
she's a
why I brought
product.
her in because
She's a
I
product.
think she embodies it so much.
Yeah.
And that's such a shitty thing we have in our society.
Agree.
That's fucking Joan Rivers.
I agree.
yeah.
Anyway, in 1994, both Joan and her daughter Melissa joined E! Entertainment doing red carpet commentary.
There you go.
So they
There's
just
the
make fun of
fucking
people.
crap.
Did they come in? They were like, "Yeah, look at your stupid ass dress, idiot," and then they just made money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I know her most from. Just
Right.
I feel like this is what people our age would know her most from. And even Futurama makes fun of it. And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
she's in that Jarhead. Or
Yeah,
she's in
yeah,
that
yeah. I
Jar.
remember that.
Yeah,
Like, I almost feel like she just fucked up her comedy career with this whole Jimmy Carson and, like, whatever. And then, like, she was like, I'm just going to try to get money again. Let me
Well,
just
that was always
fucking
the
hate on
point.
people.
That was
It seems
always
like
the
she was
point,
trying to
right?
make money
Yeah.
after being blacklisted.
I watched some of her stand up, and it's like, it's not really for me. I could see how it'd be funny, but like, I feel like at this point, there's nothing creative about what she's doing. She's got some zingers. She's doing the Can We Talk thing. She is making jokes. I don't know.
She's mostly playing
Yeah.
the like, let me be honest with you, you suck, you
Yeah.
know, like role,
It's a good
Right.
way of putting
and then
it.
kind of
yes.
just like that's been her shtick, right?
But it seems
Forever.
like that shtick is falling out of favor with like current.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It seems like what she was doing towards the end of her life, like became not politically correct or in vogue. It seems like fashion shifted away from her, and then she just lost all.
Well, she just became a YouTube troll.
Yeah. There you
Kind
go.
of, yeah.
Pretty
I know,
much.
like I don't expect a comedian to be politically correct. In fact, I like
No,
if
they
they're
don't need
not.
to.
No,
Yeah.
not even that.
Right.
It's just like I'm talking about like the Adele like shit.
It's
like,
tasteless,
Yeah,
low-hanging fruit
yeah.
comedy.
It
Like
might have been funny like the first shot, but like anything after the first shot, is
the
just, like,
reason
it's
you were
too long.
Yeah, the reason she was the first one to say a lot of this shit is because it's so fucking shitty. It's
Yeah.
not even that funny. It's kind of just based on vanity.
She was like,
and
eating
that gets
the molded
really
bread
old.
in the fridge.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you're a red carpet celebrity, so whatever. We get it's supposed to be about vanity, but I wouldn't even say pull the punches. Just like fucking retire.
Right.
Because
Yeah, you're just
you're
At
not
a certain
offering
at a
it.
certain point, like why continue, right? Like I guess she's at this point got millions of dollars. Like her family's set, everyone's hooked up. You know, like why continue?
Yeah, and
Maybe I guess that's something I've never understood.
Yeah.
Why rich people just need to get richer?
I get making money, but it's also more the other people who would hire her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Why
who's
are you
going to
hiring-
hire this woman to do the
'Cause
same fucking bit?
There's a demographic there, you know. There's a large demographic of old people on their couch that are like, I remember all the Joan Rivers stuff, and she was great at back in the day. It's like, all right, let's put an equivalent for our age, you know, like Tom Hanks or something like that. I mean, he's older too, but we see an actor, and then like 20 years from now, they're like in the trash, and it's like, I remember when he was Saving Ryan.
Yeah, like Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
If Seth Rogen came back like when we were idiot old.
Yeah. That's a good
if he was an old guy, pretending
and
to be a
everyone was like,
stoner,
"Who
Right.
the fuck's this idiot? He doesn't even, you know."
like Cheech and Chong,
They don't really land well anymore.
they don't land
Yeah.
well, but they also don't act. They embody their characters, but they're not on E doing every event
Right.
in everyone's fucking face.
Yeah.
You know what I
True,
mean?
True.
Like,
Because she has a weird, unique situation of not only being a comedian but being like this host.
yeah.
So it's like this like shitty like you're supposed to be a good host, but you're also mean to everyone.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just kind of like this like cancerous situation.
Yeah, and it's like an interesting thing because like there's self-fulfilling prophecy at like a certain point,
Right.
Where like, oh, people laugh when I put down a person, and then suddenly it's expected of you. You know what I mean? Where like,
Yeah.
like
She
oh,
feeds
there's Joan
it.
Rivers. Is she going to put somebody down? That's what she's known
Exactly.
for.
It's like she's the shitty host.
You know what I mean?
She's
Then-
like the worst host,
Yeah, and then
but
it's
everyone wants
expected
to
of
hire
you,
her for
and
that.
it snowballs into
And-
like a.
So have you guys seen Breakfast at Tiffany's?
I haven't actually, which is crazy. I've never seen that.
You've never
film.
seen
No,
it.
never
me
seen it.
neither.
No
I
one's
like
seen
the
it. Oh,
song.
fuck! You guys are idiots.
And I've said, what
Dude,
about
listen-
Chow
listen-
Clown at my mall?
The analogy I'm going to make here is that Joan Rivers' career post 1990 was basically Mickey Rooney playing a shitty Chinese guy for a decade and a half.
Okay.
Like she was a caricature, and she sucked. But people were too afraid to say anything because they don't want to call out an old white woman.
She's just a fossil. It was just like here's
It's a
here's
A burnt out joke.
an architect of an artifact, an
Yeah.
artifact of like what days passed. We can't let go of you, Joan, but we don't like you.
Yeah.
She's like the shitty neighbor.
She had a good agent.
yeah.
Wow, she probably had the best agent.
Yeah.
I feel like he was just in a hazmat suit the entire time. He talked to Joan Rivers like, "Oh, what do you want?"
Well, he doesn't want to get like neurotoxins on his face.
dude, like that's.
That she's like all blown out on Botox.
I'm gonna talk about the science of that a little bit.
Oh shit, you got science.
Yeah, we
Got
got a little
signs of Botox.
Is it
Just a little
science
bit,
time?
Just a little bit. I'm gonna put
Because we're in the 90s right now. She's full blown Botoxed, right?
Yeah, she's Botox.
She's Botoxed.
She's
So-
Botoxed to hell.
So what is it? What is it?
So from 94 to like 2010, she's bouncing around E and TV Guide, just doing her bullshit. Stupid idiot. This one's fun.
She's like, look at that dress. It's brown. Why's she wearing brown?
I hate the question. Who are you wearing?
Now here's a.
Yeah, that is a
Like, she
bad
used to
question.
ask that
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
are
Who
you
are you
wearing?
wearing?
Who are you
Tell
wearing?
me, who are you wearing right now?
It's Gucci Mane. I'm wearing Gucci Mane skin on my face.
So you're wearing skin with a cone on it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like cones.
In 2012 interview with Howard Stern.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Howie.
Hey now.
I was waiting for
Look,
his
I
name
got
to get
nothing
dropped.
against Howard Stern, but he does bring out some of the shittiest in people. He's good at painting.
He's good at shitty.
I
yeah,
like to think of
that's
him
what's
as
great
a
about
shadowist.
A
A shitty catalyst of humanity.
A shadowist.
great.
Shadowist.
Yeah.
That's a great way of putting
You can
Howard
use
Stern.
that.
Yeah.
I like
Everyone, world, you can use that.
That's yours now.
She mentioned some bullshit about her life, which is like how she had a one-night affair with Robert Mitchum, who's an actor in the 60s, an affair with the actor Gabriel Dell.
So here, there, everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, like, she bounced around, and, like, I'm assuming that she wasn't married during most of this because she was all over the place. I think she was married
Nah,
to...
she was married.
Rose... Oh, she was... Wait.
With Rob Mitchum, she was married as fuck.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's just, okay.
Nah, she was married.
That was a fucking dude that killed himself. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
she's such a dick.
Travis Lee coming in with a hot fact checking.
Heyo! Cunt bag!
Oh my god.
Thanks for correcting me. I can't read.
It's alright. I just wanted to make sure everyone knows that there's a little bit of cunt bag inside Joan Rivers.
That was a little bit of a character thing. I don't really give a shit. And then in my notes here, I'm talking about Adele again. But we already talked about it.
Yeah.
I brought it up before.
Do we need to explain who Adele is?
Nah,
Like for
people know.
non-American?
If you don't know Adele, you're exactly like me. Because I didn't know who Adele was before I listened to this.
Yeah.
Adele is a thick lady with a fine voice, and I'm putting my peen in her.
There you go.
That's you heard it first from Travis
There
Lee.
you go.
All right, we're approaching the end of Joan Rivers, which is the very funny part to me. Cody, we're going to get into your surgery bits
Surgery.
in a bit.
Talk about it.
Oh,
Both of you.
In a
Botox.
bit. I'm going to set you guys up with some political stuff.
All right.
All right.
Now, Joan Rivers considered herself a fiscal Republican social liberal, which I totally respect.
What
That's
does that
fine.
mean?
What does that mean?
So it means she likes money, but she wants progress.
So-
Yeah.
I just heard like formal casual and had a.
That just basically means you don't yell at gay people and
Okay.
call them.
One
you
more
know,
time.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
she
yeah.
had
You're
lots-
not a
yeah.
dick, but you like money and
Okay.
being like
Right. Say that
conservative.
again. Say that one more time so I absorb it. What was it? Fiscal.
Conservative.
You don't want to.
socially liberal.
Basically, is you don't want to hang black people from a tree, but you like money.
I
Yeah.
would hope everyone's like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
right, exactly.
Unfortunately, we live in America, so everyone's not like that.
Politically, kind of makes sense, but there was some weird shit happening. Because in 2014, she called Obama gay,
Whoa.
but then she got into some shit about
He's not.
Michelle Obama being a transsexual.
I remember this was a
What?
weird.
And this was not a joke.
Yeah, this was a weird TMZ episode of the Obama.
Wait, so this she thought it was real? Like she was legit? Like this is a thing?
She got a little conspiracy-ish. We're
Matter.
going to a little fast forward, and we'll come back. So after she dies, which I'll get to the death later,
Right.
but this is so good. She does die. Well, she's on the
She
show.
does
Yeah.
die.
She's
That's
dead.
funny.
She in the book she dies. So after she dies, guess who picks up this story with the whole Michelle Obama and the comments she had made? Do we have any guesses?
Is it our
Bill
our-
O'Reilly.
No, it's the other
It's
guy.
better.
Is it Jones?
It is Alex Jones.
Oh, Alex Jones!
So
Gay
Alex-
frogs!
Yeah, gay frogs. So
Wow.
Alex Jones,
Vampires.
he is blasting shit all over his shitty website, InfoWars.
Oh.
So Joan Rivers lays the groundwork of Michelle Obama being transgender, and
Well,
Mr. Jones runs with it.
I'm pretty sure that Joan didn't actually start that rumor, but she bought into it. There's videos of Michelle Obama, and you got Alex Jones doing commentary on his InfoWars show, where he's slowing it down, he's zooming into what would be her dick area.
Yeah.
She's walking downstairs, and if the dress moves a certain way, I swear to God, either she's hiding a python in there, or there's some kind of hot dog kielbasi.
She's got a bulge, and if you really want to get a bulge, drink my pureed water.
It's a fact that Obama has called her Michael several times.
Oh, is that? Oh,
Oh, here,
I
we're
just-
looking at a picture at
I
this.
just googled some of these bulge like.
You said you
Obama.
Googled Michelle Obama bulge.
Yeah, I did.
That's a dress bunching up.
yeah, that's
This,
a dress.
this
bumping
literally
up.
just looks like a wardrobe malfunction,
So-
not hidden penis,
No.
crouching dragon, or whatever.
No. Well, Alex Jones is fucking out of his
So
mind.
Joan Rivers buys into this one entirely. I guess I don't know where she heard it from. I don't really give a shit. But right after she dies, Alex Jones goes into some crazy shit about how Michelle Obama's people were on the inside making it happen.
What? The Secret Service? Yeah, they're on the inside.
Didn't
No, they're not on the inside of killing Joan Rivers.
Oh, okay.
didn't she do one of like the presidential speeches or something? I think I vaguely remember. Maybe I'm just completely off on that.
What do you mean?
Like they have these like galas and shit. Like I think she might have been like
Oh, like a
a guest star.
Oh, she
or
had
something?
she went to dinner at the White House a few times.
Right, so that was like might have inspired Alex Jones to be like, oh, she was inside, and they took her DNA,
Yeah.
and they turned her into a robot, and they murdered the robot, and they murdered her.
So she went to a place, so that makes her transgender now.
Let's get into this bitch's death.
Tell us.
Cause of death, Tom Seltman.
So, August
I like how your beard hairs are sticking through your puff guard.
August 28th, 2014, Rivers experienced a serious complication and stopped breathing while undergoing what was scheduled as a minor throat procedure at an outpatient clinic in Yorkville, Manhattan.
Oh.
Basically, all the Botox was coagulating into the center of her face, so she looked like a puckered butthole.
Is that serious? Is that real?
No,
it was
but I'm
something to
just
do with her
imagining.
throat. I don't know. So, she was...
We got a throat surgery coming up in our mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fucking tonsils are coming out.
Yeah.
My tonsils are coming out, boy.
He's gonna sound like a brand new boy.
Well, sound like a brand new kid. Can't do that no more.
She actually died September 4th, so she was transferred to a hospital. She was transferred to Mount Sinai in New York.
Good hospital.
Having never awoken from a medical-induced coma that happened with the initial incident. I don't know, it's all...
So there's a complication. They put her under to keep her stabilized, and she never came back.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Gotcha.
Which I don't understand, science or dying, so...
Nah, me neither, really.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like if they need to do any type of surgery, they probably pulled out like a Minecraft mine pick and just started hacking at her face. Like
Pixels.
chisel in. Yeah, it's like pa-ching, pa-ching,
Probably
pa-ching.
look much better. Give it some pressure.
Give it a little
Yeah.
pressure.
That diamond pickaxe.
So, yeah, she dies. That's September 4th, Mount Sinai Hospital. The official cause of death was brain damage due to lack of oxygen.
Says Andy yawning,
No.
assuring
No,
he does not suffer said brain damage as well.
Correct.
Keep that blood
Now,
oxygen.
technically, I'm not sure, but a lot of some sources were saying this was a elective surgery.
The throat surgery.
Yeah, but who knows? I mean, what are you going to do with your throat that's elective?
Get rid of like
that's
jowls.
exactly what
Does she
I'm
have-
doing.
Does she have
tonsillitis.
jowls?
Oh, maybe.
Tonsillectomy, yeah.
I have elective surgery going on tomorrow, 2 days.
Tight.
Yeah.
Well,
Goodbye.
you're probably not going to
Bye,
die.
boys.
Don't-
Well, like,
don't-
Don't Joan Rivers
yeah,
yourself.
I haven't shot neurotoxin in my face, so I might be all right.
Complications.
I've
Yeah,
been
you know.
shooting them in your dick.
don't do that either.
Shut. That's why I'm always hard all the time.
Walking around,
Botox is
fucking high-dye Trav.
Yeah. Well,
Botox is paralytic. You'd be not moving at all.
no. I'm called Tent Boy Trav.
You called what?
Tempura Trav?
Tent Boy Trav.
Oh, 10 boys.
So we got the Tent Boy
I
going
heard
on.
tempura. What are you
Tempura.
doing?
Yeah, it's a deep fried Travis.
Oh, tempura, Travis.
Tempura Trav sounds like
it.
the world's best assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. So
Tempura
anyway, she,
Trav.
that was 81 years old. That's when Joan Rivers
That's
died.
old. That's good.
So she
lived.
had a nice long life.
She did live.
She's not the worst person out there, but she's definitely a shill.
Yeah,
she's a
it-
Hollywood
oh, yeah.
fucking
Well,
shill.
it seems like she's more of
Is
like
she-
a victim of the system she was in.
Is she the death
Yeah,
of
but
an
she
era?
subscribed to that.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
she
yeah.
is she the last of a dying breed of comedy
I
of
think Carol
shitting?
Burnett- No, well, no,
Maybe
because
but we don't.
Because yes, you said Amy Schumer, but like, who fucking likes Amy Schumer right now?
a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people do.
The problem,
Everyone makes fun of her
No, I think
because
really
she's
the-
like shitty.
yeah, but the thing is that it's the who you know thing.
It's the Joan Rivers effect.
Yeah.
She's gonna be around whether we like it or not.
yeah, exactly.
Right? Like that's it.
Listen, I don't think
It didn't go away with Joan.
Amy Schumer's not a good comedian. I don't know if she's a shitty person or anything.
Nah.
All right, like Andy, you're friends with a lot of smart people.
Regular, most people that
Yeah.
are regular.
You go to Montana, they'll be like, "Love Amy Schumer, love her."
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was in Washington last year, and
sorry,
I'll tell
don't-
you, there were so many Trump signs, like hammered to trees, like America painted flags
That's
with
because
Donald
Trump's
Trump.
our savior.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
well, that's true, but
dude,
like,
I was in New Brunswick, and there was like this like frat house, and fucking like Trump signs were outside of that shit.
yeah, I mean, I still see it, but you're right. You never know the ignorance that lies beneath the surface.
Yeah, I believe
We're in New York. I go to the city and I see like all sorts of shit that's good and different and weird. But then you go somewhere else and it's like we don't like any of that shit.
Joan Rivers died with a smiling face, and that wasn't because she was happy. It was because she had a lot of Botox.
There was no other choice for her.
yeah, no,
She could only do
always
that.
smiling.
Incapable of any other emotion.
So,
So
Cody, why the fuck was she smiling?
Well, because like there's some like reports out there, very hearsay and speculative, that your friend Joan Rivers here had north of 700 surgeries to her face.
That's a lot.
If you think about it, might be plausible, because if you think about it, Botox is like a reoccurring treatment.
Yeah.
They inject you like every 2 months or so.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a fortnight. You need to see your doc, and he like fucks a needle into your face and pulls the trigger. And you
It
can't
makes sense.
smile.
I mean, I probably brushed my teeth about 700 times.
Yeah.
Career total.
I
Last
probably
week.
brushed my teeth about 100 times.
Anyway, the metal part of Joan Rivers is that she had these Botox procedures. On the surface, seems like, oh, I receive a beauty shot and my wrinkles go away. But there's a darker surface to this. Botox stands for botulinum toxin, which it's pretty much the same affliction that causes botulism, which is a common disease that affects people when they eat like canned food that hasn't been thoroughly and efficiently like stored.
Too
Okay.
much tin?
Yeah, too much whatever the fuck. Like, it was just the prepping was botched.
It's kind of like tetanus.
Yeah, the disease involves like
When you have
lethargy.
when you have straight up botulism, what are your symptoms?
You're just lethargic. You can't do anything. You literally can't open your eyes if
If you've eaten too many cans.
if you've eaten too much like canned beets or whatever with botulism. You'll get tired, your eyes grow heavy, pretty much your body just starts shutting down under the influence of this toxin. But, silver lining, guess what? If you use the toxin as a paralytic for facial muscles, you don't get wrinkles! And Joan Rivers understood this, and so she
She
took
knew
it
she
upon
knew the
herself.
secret to the botulism key.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, you like your canned beats? I'm gonna make my face beats."
Yeah, so
come-
she just...
Beats by Joan.
Yeah, there you go.
Cody, I have a quick,
Yeah. What's
Mad
up?
sick.
I have a quick question for you,
Yeah.
Cody. Does anyone in your family have botulism?
No.
Because you're from Hawaii and they eat spam all the time.
Yeah,
that's in
but
the
that's
can.
potted meat. That's so... There's nothing wrong with it because it's so salty.
If you
There's
have
just nothing that can survive in that.
Oh,
can.
that's
if
like
you haven't
drinking-
eaten spam yet, go out and buy spam and you're gonna love
Right.
it.
That's
Isn't
like my
it
new
bad?
life.
Isn't
That's-
it bad for you? It's not good.
I got 2
No.
cans right here of the teriyaki type.
My,
I brought
right
that
from Hawaii.
I've got
What-
this new.
Is it
new
good
age-
for you?
It's delicious. It's the best
It's
thing
got,
ever.
like,
That has vitamins?
23,000 times the sodium you need.
Yeah, sodium is a vitamin, so
All right.
I'm actually on this new age diet. You just drink seawater all the time.
Oh
Don't
well,
do
shit!
that.
I'm down for that.
Anyway,
my
Joan
piss is
Ri-
brown.
Joan Rivers had a face, and she did some things to it, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, Joan Rivers habitually like injected.
It's a thing.
Neurotoxin.
It's a thing that I just
neurotoxin
don't.
into her
I will
face.
never understand plastic surgery. I will never understand it.
Well, Botox wasn't necessary.
I'll never understand it. I just see. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. But
And
I
still,
think it counts, though.
I can honestly say I'm not like opposed to any type of a plastic surgery. It's you can always tell because people go back into it.
It's the facelift.
Like if you no, it's a facelift, and when you get multiple of them,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a nose job when you get 10 of them.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's when shit gets creepy. Joan Rivers, I was looking at all the pictures of her after her first nose job. Her nose was just a little tinier.
Right.
I didn't think it did much, but it didn't bother me. She didn't look fucked up. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Tom Saltman. You can follow me on Twitter at Sauntcht, SAUNTCHT.
It's a good name.
I'm Travis Lee. You can find me at Travis Legion, TravisLeegion.
Need that second E. I am Cody McCann on Twitter at Cody McCann. CODYMCCANN. And
Oh, hello. I'm not gonna plug my personal.
do whatever you want.
Why don't you tell?
Because I don't really tweet that much, but I'll tell you guys. Obviously, I mentioned at the top of the podcast,
Yeah,
but
please
I'm
do.
from
You have Praise the Game podcast.
Right? Yes, from the Praise the Game podcast. If you want to check us out, just go to praisethegame.com. Got us on iTunes and Google Play.
And check that
So
shit
thank
out.
you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Thank you guys. Love
Thank you for coming.
Love you,
Andy.
boys.
It's one of the
Love you
better,
too, man.
one of the better gaming podcasts out there, for sure.
Thank you guys.
Waluigi gives me a boner.
Yeah.
We should stop the podcast right now.
That's right. All right. Thank you, Shane. Thanks for listening to Roast
Thank you,
Mortem.
Shane.
Thank you, Shane.
Hey, if you like what you just heard, we'd love to hear back from you.
Hey, dum-dums, dumb idiots.
Yeah.
We want to hear your feedback, and we'd love to know if you have someone that you want us to roast or whatever. Just want to tag us on Instagram or Twitter, or you can email us. It's all roastmortemcast. You'll find it.
At Gmail.
Yeah, Gmail. Well, no, we use Hotmail.
We don't accept
No,
Hotmail.
we don't
I was
use-
gonna say
we
we
don't
don't
use
accept
Hotmail.
Hotmail. If you
Don't
have
use
Hotmail, can't change that.
If you don't use Hotmail, just end it.
And we'll do something fun with your names. Could you include those? We'll set up a fake obituary
In your honor.
in your honor. Fake one. We're not going to actually kill you. And this is going to be the stylized roast mortem cast shoutouts.
Yeah, you get a little tag at the end of the episode. And if you don't want to like say your name for whatever reason, like you're one of those people that just like jerk off in your basement all day, and you just like have no social functions, you can send us a DM or something with your name if you want your name out there.
Yeah.
Or else we're gonna use your fucking handle, which is probably like jerk me off.
Yeah, you
Boy,
can- you can
69.
get us a pseudonym.
Yeah, do that shit. Have a good time. So thanks for tuning in again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shane.
Aunque no piensen